Happy Sunday. Today is 19th of October 2025. And the topic today is the importance of microcosm. So this is a very, very important topic because microcosm is like a vision, a blueprint, something in a miniature way that encapsulates everything you want to do. So sometimes we don't know that our experiences or our experience is an asset. The experience you have in life, gives you a preview of where you're going, what you will be, and is the preparation. So sometimes you'll be waiting, when are we going to have our vision? How is God going to show me my vision? What is my vision? But when you walk back, reflect, and you see the kind of experience you have undergone, you went through in life, that is actually a vision. That is actually, a preparatory ground to introduce you to your vision. It's like a blueprint. So we have different ways of, interpreting our vision. Vision does not mean God coming to talk to you, but vision can be what comes up as a microcosm. That's why I'm using the word today, microcosm. People will wonder, why am I using this word today? It's something that, that encapsulates, something in a miniature way. It can and shows the larger aspect of something. So that is why I'm using it today to illustrate what vision is. Because God cannot allow you to go through an experience without a reason. And that experience is a vision God has handed over to you. But most of the times, we don't understand these things. Most of the times, we don't take them seriously. But I've come to realize that your vision sometimes comes like experience. For me, the experience I had in my university days, can give me a preview of what is possible and what is achievable and where I'm going. So that is why we cannot allow this kind of knowledge to come to a waste. Because what we are doing is we keep on waiting. Sometimes I ask people, what is your vision? They say, I don't have a vision. But vision does not mean you sleeping in and having a dream or God showing you an image. No. It's like experience you underwent through, especially something that you thought you could never come out of it. Something that nobody could have, made it possible except God. So that is, in its form, the compressed, aspect of your life. You see, when God hands over to you a compressed aspect of your life, you have to take it seriously. Because that is a vision God is handing over to you. Because how would God give you such experience without a reason? So that is why we have to dig our feet on the ground and try to understand why this kind of experience. Why am I having this kind of experience? The experience there is to teach you, to prepare you for what you're going to see in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years to come. And these things are blueprints so that he tells you, for instance, David. When David was in the field dealing with the sheep and the lions, he had something like a microcosm from what I'm saying today. A kind of, a compressed aspect of him. fighting a lion in a personal experience introduces him to a wider experience of facing Goliath. So God kind of gave him a preview of what he's gonna do and where he's going. So the same way applies to us. So their experience is not something that is casual. It's not something that is just doesn't. It's what God allowed to, strengthen your soul, build you up, give you an information which education couldn't give you a knowledge which reading books, going to school, and doing any other thing couldn't have, afforded you that kind of experience. And most times we allow this experience to go to a waste because we don't know that experience is a vision. We don't know that is the blueprint God handed over to you on how to solve problems, on how to fix yourself, or how to sort yourself out in the wider perspective. Sometimes I ask myself, why did I have to go to certain places? Like the place I did IT, I was asking myself, why did I, go to Flo Petro Slumberger in their simulation lab, even when I wasn't the best student, and I was being paid the highest paid IT student during my time. I didn't realize why I was there until today. It came to me that it's like the simulation process, because that was exactly what was being taught there. Where the Flo Petro Slumberger, what they do normally is they Shell, Chevron, all the big oil companies, before they drill oil, they allow the pipe to go inside the ground, and then they will use something like a syringe and got a small quantity of the oil, and then they bring it to the lab, and in that lab we'll process it. So the data we got from that lab, can give us a wider dimension of the oil deposits in the ground. So these are preparations. These are what God afforded us to prepare us, to prepare you for what you're going to see. Until you come to the age, you start asking yourself, why did I have to be there? Even though I wasn't the best, even though I wasn't the most qualified. So certain things, it said you don't deserve it. So these very things we are seeing in life really prepares us for what we can be, hands over our vision. A blueprint is already inside on your palm. So all you need is to follow that blueprint and you see the result. So our experiences are not what we need to throw away. Our experiences are not what we're supposed to throw away. They are supposed to be the guiding vision. They're supposed to be the guide towards the end, towards where you're going. Honestly, I learned this morning that my experience was my vision, but I never knew. So that is why I'm sharing it today. That your experience, especially an extraordinary personal experience, which nobody could have, thought you could come out from it. Then if you come out from it, that is a lesson. That is a Bible for you. That is a textbook knowledge for you. So stop asking God your vision. Stop asking God, what is this? What is that? I'm waiting, because he has already handed it over to you. So I today realized, the 19th of October 2025, I realized that the big experience I had in my university days was a preview, a microcosm of where I'm going, what I will be, and what I will achieve. Because if I could solve that problem, there is no problem in the universe I couldn't solve. So that is what God is saying to you. That's what God is saying to me too. So your experience is priceless. Your experience is a power you possess, because it's like, giving you, a preview. Imagine this. Do you know that a tree, a seed is a compressed tree? The whole knowledge, the whole length of a tree, God compresses it and put it in the form of a seed. That means that seed had become a tree before it was compressed, and that is the blueprint for the tree. Sorry, that's the blueprint for the seed. So the seed comes with the blueprint. So the same way we come with a blueprint. So all we need is to focus, keep on grinding the whole thing, going through the rigors and the process and the diligent actions you'll be taking along the way, and the consistency, you will get there. Already God has told us the summary of success. When he told Joshua, do not allow this word, my word, to depart from your mouth. Don't look left, don't look right, get focused. And you have a success. That is how simple and how easy success is. It's about focus. It's about being consistent. It's about internalizing what you've had. So your personal experience is your vision. Because your personal experience, God uses it to take you to a wider place and then brings you out, because nobody would have made it possible except God. No human being could have solved that problem for you except God. And that is why today I say is that what our vision is? The Spirit in me convinced me that is your vision. Stop asking God your vision, because you have loads of experience in life. You will get the experience. There are experiences you have, that personal experience, which nobody would have liberated you from it except Almighty God. Your father couldn't bring you out. Your mother couldn't bring you out. Nobody except Almighty God. And that is what I'm talking about today. That we all have that experience, that simulation process in our life that really, gave us the compressed information, knowledge about ourselves, what we ought to do without being distracted. All we need is to be courageous, bold, and focus, and be consistent, and then we'll get there. So the importance of microcosm is very, very important. It's like a seed. A seed was already a tree, but it was compressed to the minimal level, to the smallest level. That is why God said there is no other person like him. That he walks something from the beginning to the end and then come down and start. A seed is a tree that has formed long time ago, and God compressed it and then comes to a seed. So when you are dealing with it, don't think it's a seed. It's a tree. The same way when you are dealing with somebody who has experience, you're not dealing with somebody who hasn't been there. It's been there. It's just like we haven't got the courage or the knowledge to understand that your experience is your vision. That your experience is your blueprint. Their experience is like a simulation of who you are. And nobody can take it away from you, because it was a personal one. Though it was a personal, but it's for the public. You don't keep it to yourself. So, thank you. Enjoy your Sunday. Thank you. Bye-bye.